It's now 20 minutes past 6. The discussions have been shortened to the point. Admiral von Friedenberg has stepped down from Field Marshal Montgomery's caravan. He's now walking over to the tent where the signing ceremony will take place with the other German plenipotentiaries. And Field Marshal Montgomery is following along behind, carrying the instrument of surrender, which they have agreed to sign. Now, inside the tent, which is an ordinary camouflaged army tent, the 5 German plenipotentiaries are standing round the table. An ordinary army table covered with rough army blankets. Field Marshal Montgomery enters, they salute, and he sits down.
We've assembled here today to accept the surrender terms which have been made with a delegation from the German army. I will now read out the terms of that instrument of surrender. The German command agrees to the surrender of all German armed forces in Holland, in northwest Germany, including the Frisian Islands and Heligoland and all other islands, in Schleswig-Holstein and in Denmark, to the Commander-in-Chief, 21st Army Group. This to include all naval ships in these areas. These forces to lay down their arms and to surrender unconditionally. All hostilities on land, on sea, or in the air by German forces in the above areas to cease at 0800 hours British double summer time on Saturday the 5th of May 1945. The German command to carry out at once and without argument or comment all further orders that will be issued by the Allied powers on any subject. Disobedience of orders or failure to comply with them will be regarded as a breach of these surrender terms and will be dealt with by the Allied powers in accordance with the accepted laws and usages of war. This instrument of surrender is independent of, without prejudice to, and will be superseded by any general instrument of surrender imposed by or on behalf of the Allied powers and applicable to Germany and the German armed forces as a whole. This instrument of surrender is written in English and in German. The English version is the authentic text. The decision of the Allied powers will be final if any doubt or dispute arises as to the meaning or interpretation of the surrender term. That is the text of the instrument of surrender, and the German delegation will now sign this paper, and they will sign in order of seniority, and General Admiral von Friedenberg will sign first. Now I will sign the instrument on behalf of the Supreme Allied Commander, General Eisenhower. Just one copy of that. Now that concludes the formal surrender, and there are various matters now of detail to be discussed, which we will do in closed session.